Want to know how to make your iPad and iPhone look like this? In this video, I'll show you the minimal iPhone and iPad designs I've created in iOS 16 and exactly how you can get this look yourself for a truly custom home screen aesthetic that I think looks awesome. We'll cover everything you need to know, from customization hacks, the apps that can help, and I'll show you my brand new icon packs. Custom minimal iPad design never looked so good. Hi, it's Simon. Since Apple embraced some more customization options finally in the release of iOS 16 and iPadOS 16, more people are embracing the joy of calm, custom, minimal home screens. And so by popular demand, it's finally here. This is my complete guide to creating a beautiful and minimal custom look to your Apple devices. We'll cover how to install custom icons, shortcuts, widgets, and backgrounds. And what I like about this is how you can also remove the titles of the apps and folders and reorganize your home screen by creating detailed, multifunctional, tappable widgets that blend with the icons. Pretty cool. Stick around to the end as well for my favorite hack of the lot: how to set up custom light and dark mode looks that automatically change. Nice. But before all of that, after receiving so many of those requests and questions in the comments over the last year about where to get the icons on my iPad and how I've designed my home screen, I'm super excited to say I've been working with my friend Tom from Pulp Designs over the last few months to create these minimal icon and cover packs for both use in iOS and my favorite productivity workspace, Notion. I've known Tom since we were 3, and he's now like a leading graphic designer in London, and we share this love of Apple aesthetics and minimalist detail-rams-esque design. So we set out to curate a really truly minimal, satisfying and coherent set of icons that can be used across devices. Essentially, we created the exact pack that I would personally want to use every day, and you can download them now via the link in the description. I really hope you enjoy them. So, as an overview of how we're going to use these in the build, for iPhone and iPad we created 6 variants of the icon. So white on black, black on white, black and white gradient, and most satisfyingly, a kind of transparent gradient look for each, which means you can use the kind of native shortcut colors in the Apple system to give color to them. Really cool, I'll show you later on. We've of course included a set of black and white covers for iPhone and iPad, and I love how you can also blend the icons with a plain background, so you can just get a clean icon, no lozenge, just pure black on white or white on black for an even cleaner look. And you can of course add a bit of subtle texture with those gradients. These custom Widgy Widgets also come as part of the download pack, meaning you'll be able to easily download the Widgy app, install our designs, edit the tab functions to link to the apps that you want to, and away you go. And that means that you can essentially have clickable, functional widgets that you wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. How about that? For Notion users, we also formatted the backgrounds as covers and created additional icon options in all of the Notion native colorways. This means you can seamlessly link all of your workspaces with that aesthetic. My favorite thing about it though has got to be how you can create a Notion homepage on your phone, on your iPad, and the design will join up with the rest of the look. That's really cool. More on how I created these and how you can design your Notion workspace to look proper aesthetic if you're a Notion user in a future video, so get subscribed and I'll see you there. Right, let's customize. These solutions to how to do it work just the same for phone and for iPad. We're doing it on iOS 16. Let's get stuck in. Okay, we'll start by creating 2 wallpaper and background looks for our device. One that we will later link to dark mode and the other to light mode, and we'll be able to not only get these to automatically change, but also all the icons will be able to change as well. Cool. First of all, you want to add the wallpapers that you're going to need. So this is our backdrops. We have them for iPad and we also have them for iPhone. I'm going to select one of those that I want to use, click this little button down here, and click Save Image, which I've already done, and you would do the same for the corresponding dark mode wallpaper. The good thing is that they match, and also they grade to disappear the dock, but we'll see that in a bit. So once you've clicked Save those to the images, you should have them in your Photos library down here, like that. So if I lock my screen, that is going to be this. And if you hold down on here with a long tap and open it up, you can actually edit wallpapers within here. I've got one for sleep mode set up already, and there's always a kind of basic version, there's Pepper. So you can also do this if you want to from within the settings menu, go to wallpapers, and you can do it from here. So the first thing I'm going to do is add a new wallpaper, a photo wallpaper. I'm going to find Pepper, there she is, and add her there. Then I'm going to add customize home screen, click photo, and because this is light mode, I'm going to select my light mode image, click done. There we go, and click done again. So that's one. I'm going to go across and add a second, which is going to be dark mode. For this, I'm going to select my same photograph of Pepper, but I'm going to use black and white, which I quite like. This is one of the cool things you can adjust. I also want these to be the same, so I'm going to make sure that I'm using the same formats. And of course, if you want to, in here you can add widgets if you want to add those kind of things. So for example, I might want my fitness ring, my alarm, my battery, for example. And you can set different things in different settings. So that's quite cool. Already a bit of customization. Add. Customize the home screen, add a photo, and this time we're going to select that photo. Great. So we've got the dark mode done. Next, I'll show you how to add those icons on your phone or iPad. I'm creating two versions on my phone and iPad, pages for dark mode and pages for light mode. And this means that I can then set focus mode to only show those pages that it designs for it. And you set up a little automation that changes the system when you change between modes using automations. We'll show you that in a little bit. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you are in the lock screen, which is your kind of master lock screen. So we're going to open up. Let's see, this is your home screen. You're going to want to just clear it out completely. In order to do that, the first thing you can do is hold down on one of these and go to Edit Home Screen. Don't delete the app. Hold your finger on one and then click on the others that you want to get rid of. Let's say we're going to get rid of all of those. I'm going to take them, drag them across, some others over here, just drop them into the middle of the app library and they'll disappear into there. And you'll end up, with my example, you want to get rid of the stuff in your dock. So again, edit the home screen, click remove from home screen. If it's a third-party app, it will also have the option to delete the app. Don't do that. Click remove from home screen and remove from home screen. So we've got an empty dock. And into that dock, I also want to add shortcuts, which is this, because you're going to want to be using that in order to manage the system. So let's say that we have cleared this. You want to lay things out. I've left my Widgy widget here just as something to work with. So we're going to add all the icons first of all. So you're going to click onto shortcuts and we're going to go to all shortcuts, and from here click the plus button and you're going to add a new function. Now if you don't see open app come up, just search here for open app and select open app from scripting. You're going to then select the app you want to open. Why don't we do the obvious one of the phone? Select phone. Now in here, if you want to use my transparent icons, you can select the color by selecting choose icon here and choosing the color you want to come up behind it. So that's worth doing. And you can rename it if you want to. Now you're going to click add to home screen. This is what would come up on the page. So you can click this to have no title, which I really recommend doing. You're going to click on the little button here and find the icon you want to put in. If you've saved them in your photos, great. But if you're using our icon pack, you're going to want to go to choose file, find the folder that you're working in, iOS icons, and then we have solid and grad clear. So these grad clears will be something that you could overlay. Let's give an example of that. We're going to do a light mode one. And within these grad clear light versions, I'm going to find my phone. There it is. Click on that. And you can see that the transparent color comes through with that grad, which is wicked. The other option, of course, if we choose a different version, if we go to the icons and just do the solid grad and find the phone by searching for it, drop that in, you'll see that's just a solid grad. Or my other option, of course, could be within like icons, just to pick phone and just have a solid, clean version. So those are the options, and of course they all work in dark mode as well. So for example, let's add that. You'll see it drops in, and then you can just drag it to where you want it. You're then going to basically work through and build your light mode home screen. This is what mine looks like. I've used grads for the 3 phone and message, and then these are all plain. And I used a little bit of colour in a couple of them just to show you what that looks like. You're then going to want to do the same for dark mode. So I've got an exact copy here of the widgets. This will actually change when it's set to dark mode. The only thing you can't change is what's in the dock. So if you want everything to change, you just put nothing in the dock. And we're going to disappear that with the background. Now there is a brilliant little secret solution for this using a Unicode character. Jump onto Google, search for blank Unicode character, copy, paste it into the title box, and there you go. No titles on your app folders. Widgets. Using widgets and widget designers is also a great way to improve the look and feel of your device. And now you can even create widgets that have separate clickable links within them to different apps. So here on my iPhone, I've added this one using Widgy. So I can click the week calendar to jump straight to the Google Calendar app, or I can even set up custom links to my specific Notion pages here, and they'll go straight through to the specific page. Now, rather than go into detail about how to build this widget, just go and check out Widgy, work it out from there. It's not too complicated, it's a whole separate video. But because I'm that nice kind of guy, I've actually included a number of bespoke widgets that completely tie in with the rest of our icon pack designs. For Widgy, you can download them, add them to it, change the functions to link to your own pages, and away you go. The way to add a new widget is hold your hand on the home screen, select plus, find the widget you want to insert. Widgetsmith is also great, but Widgy is particularly good, and you can select what widget you add, small, medium, large, etc. And here is an example of one that I have ready. Now, you can actually, with our pack, download these designed widgets that match with the rest of the system. And this is how you would put them in. I'm going to go to Widgy. You'll see your widgets, and you can select import, copy the URL from the pack you download, drop it in here, or scan the thing that will be available with it, and it'll turn up in here. And when it arrives, it might look a little bit like this with empty details. And these are because these are files that are part of the icon pack. So to finish these off, what you would do is you click on it and click edit, or you can edit as a copy if you want to do multiple versions. You'll see there are a couple of things. Number one, that if you click on the elements, you'll see what they are, they'll be highlighted. This, for example, is a link. You click on this little dot, you'll see open URL, and it will be a link to a Notion page of mine. You can just fill in the link you want to put there. But equally, you could set it as an Apple app or a third-party app, and it will essentially make these individual pressable areas on the widget. The next thing to do though would be to select the icon you want to add in, click on Files, and do the same process you would have done with the other icons. You would go to the icon pack folder, go to iOS icons, I'm going to select light, I'm going to look for home, there it is, I'm going to select personal home, and it will drop the icon in. Once you're happy with it and all the buttons work, this one links to a clock, this one will link to your calendar. Fantastic. You can confirm it, it'll finish that edit, and then you would essentially select that and drop it into your system, and it ends up looking like that. How cool! With Notion widgets, this looks like this in the way it's kind of joined into the theme because I've edited that within Notion. So if I click into here, this is a kind of in-house Apple Notion widget, and it clicks through to my content manager. So the way to manage that, again, hold, edit the widget, and you can select the page in Notion that you want to be jumping to. And that is just added as you would with anything else, find the Notion icon. So that's how I've set those up. It's worth saying Widgetsmith is also a great option for simpler widget options, and custom widget apps like Clear Spaces and MD Blank are really great to look up if you want to create full-on transparent minimal looks. They will basically echo the image you've set behind them, and make it look like there's nothing there. So check those out as well.
So in your main home screen, you should now have a layout which is any widgets you've added with your dark mode icons, as well as any widgets you've added with your light mode icons. And you're looking to match the two exactly on the phone. And this will give you the opportunity to then jump between things. I'm then going to just remove this from home screen, so I have a nice clean look.
So option 2 is to use an app like Iconboard. This is a swift way to add the icons to your home screen in fewer steps, and then you can edit from there. I'm going to show you on my iPad, and it's Iconboard, as I say. So if we go into Iconboard, you end up with this. There are many ways to do things. You can literally use this to create things based on what they have, but I want to do my own custom one. So you create a new page here like this. And let's use the one I've created already, and I'm going to go to icons, and we're going to import from files. We're going to find my icon pack. iOS is what we want. It's worth saying the Notion icons are just exactly the same as the iOS, but they've got a set of Notion colors in them, and the actual objects inside the lozenge are bigger. So you have slightly larger icons. If you want to use larger icons on your iPad, you could do that. These are just slightly more minimized. So we're going to go in. Let's say we wanted to do grads clear light, and you would just select everything you wanted to put in. So I'm going to want to do, let's say I want to do fitness, wallet, I want to do Audible, I want to do my bank, and we're going to do health. You select them all, open them up, it imports them in, and you'll see they have that nice gradient. And then what we can do is go in. So we're going to select bank, I'm going to select what it opens, and it could either be a system app, or you need to search for anything that isn't on the system. So my bank is Monzo, there it is. I'm going to select it, go back to the icon, and then I'm going to name it. And for this, all I'm actually going to do is just delete and press OK, and it will clear it so we don't have it in there. So there you go, it's all set and ready to go. We go back in to icons, and you would work through all of those, renaming them, setting them all out, just like you would do in shortcuts. But this time you can select to install with shortcuts. It will export everything and then give you a guide to installing with shortcuts, which is very similar to what I would have done with you on this example. And then it saves them to camera roll so that you can do that process. So that's pretty cool. So it just gives you a little bit more of a space to work on it. This is a great way to be able to generate, some of my older ones there, generate a load of the icons, lay them all out. You would then find that they essentially dropped in, and you would rearrange them here like we do on the other system. So that is using the Iconboard setup. This is my favorite part of the process, creating the custom dark and light modes. And we'll do this by hacking the focus mode functions on your Apple device. You'll need to create 2 new custom focus modes and link the corresponding wallpaper and home screen backgrounds that we created earlier. I tend to run my phone in dark mode most of the time, so we'll start there.
There's a couple of things you're going to want to do. If you just want to build one look, the most obvious thing to do would be to go and select your settings. Let's say we're going to do the dark mode version. You would just go into settings, go to wallpapers, customize your background, and set it to be in dark mode, and it would work. However, if we're doing these versions, light and dark modes, we're going to want to do something slightly different. I'm going to swipe down and select focus mode. Now you'll see here I've created 2 focus modes, a light and a dark mode. So you would select new focus mode, select custom, and we're going to call one light mode. Have a look in the list. There's these here which are quite nice with the sun going up. So I might select that little icon, and let's make it grey. Next, customize the focus mode. Make sure that I go to silence notifications from and just pick no one. And on apps, I would silence notifications from and pick no one. So it's completely as you want it. Then in here, you want to go and choose your background, and you would select your light mode option. And then here, you want to select the 2 pages that you created which are purely in light mode. There they are. Now, if we go back into the system, select light mode, you should see it turn to light mode. And check that out, we've now disappeared the dock with that lovely background. And there is your finished look with none of the other pages showing other than the two we've designed. You then do the same for dark mode. So we go in, create a new focus mode, custom, use your new icon, so on and so forth. This is my dark mode, and within that, make sure nothing is silenced, no one is silenced, apps, silence notifications from nobody, and choose your background. There we go, we're going to select that. Choose your home screens. I've got my first two. You probably will see that the widget is in light mode, but that's fine because when we set it, it should change it. Finally, for each of these, I would set them to a certain time. So I've set mine to schedule to come on from 5 o'clock and then end at 9 AM. And in light mode, I've also set 9 AM to 5 so that it will now automatically change each time.
Okay, the final most important step is to ensure that the main system dark and light modes on your Apple device actually turn on and off with your custom pages. For this, we need to create these simple automations in Shortcuts.
So we're going to go to Shortcuts, click on Automations, and we're going to create these, which says it's a simple automation of when you're turning dark mode off, set appearance to light. Let's just show you how to do that. You're going to create a new automation, create a new personal automation. We're going to pick when we select dark mode, when turning it off. Next, search for applications, and we're going to go appearance, click set appearance, turn appearance, and select light. Next, don't ask before running, click done. So you're going to do the same for light mode, but you just make that by saying when turning dark mode on, set appearance to dark. Make sure they're both turned on. So you have those two there. Now that should mean that if we go to light mode, there we go, there's our look. Let's see if it works. I'm going to go back in, click here, select dark mode, and you should now see this change to dark mode. There you go. You'll see the dock has totally disappeared and my widget is changing between dark and light mode. Pretty cool. The one thing that doesn't change when you do that are these because they're in the dock, but you could quite easily just move these into this area and you would easily be able to then just have a completely clear bottom view. Let me just show you what that looks like for a moment. So you can see with nothing in the dock, it's just a completely clean look. Pretty amazing. And you could design that however you wanted to make it feel like that. If we then go to dark mode, that is a minimal icon look. If you liked this, I definitely think you should go check out my iPad video playlist next for more great apps and ideas for getting the most from it. And of course, make sure to find out more about why I think a complete Notion system should be your all-in-one personal productivity solution. Definitely check out all my other templates and downloads on the Better Creating website. Like, subscribe, come back for more. Thanks for watching. Bye.